it is. I don't know what else to tell you.
Okay. So let me just see if I understand what you're
Hmm.
saying, so that I'm walking away with the facts. Okay. How long ago again? This might be redundant, but wait a minute. Just hear me out.
Hmm.
They contacted you 3 years ago for the very
Yeah.
first time, and that very first letter was not this one. So
No.
how how much time in between, if you know, months, a year, just estimate, then did they come back and talk about these content creators? If they come against you, this is X, Y, and Z. Was it
It
in
was one
20?
email. It was
Okay.
one
Was it
email
in
back in
2022? No.
it was in early 2022.
Got it.
Um, you got to be mindful. People watch, right? So I don't know if you're aware that AT2, okay, and I had been around the Murray Ball Mall Bush and back and forth. It is what it is. And they were saying, Yvette, don't let people take you out of pocket. I know for a fact there's two CCs right now that are coming after you. They put their names in that email. And I laughed at it. I said, so be it. It is what it is. Because when they come, I'm going to be fully prepared. I said, acknowledge, thank you. And that is the last. Maybe I didn't give enough to them. And that's the last email. And then I forwarded anything else strictly to spam. Okay. Because I'm not going to sit up here and go back and forth and then people pulling out emails and all this whole
Why
stuff.
why would they think that I was coming in? Why would
They
they
didn't say
why
you.
the
They
best
did
test?
not say you, but you were, if I can recall, you were on that email as being ADAT. Okay, CC.
I
They
was
CC'd
being
you.
I was on that email as being what?
CC. There's several people, just like they put my name up there, Dear Yvette 759. It was four other people. Okay, it was four other people that got should have received the same email that I got. The email specifically states, and if I wasn't online, I can go through it and read the email. The email basically said, stand on business and keep doing your content. I enjoy your content. And I'm like, well, thank you. Okay. It did pique my interest. They never said anything else about nothing. They said, people are coming after you. And they never lied because those two
Why would I be
CCs,
coming after you?
for whatever reason, okay, decided to target me. I don't know if it was for clicks and views or to build their channels up. And I took that with a grain of salt. I acknowledged it. And that's the last I heard from the public enemy. I mean, the public inquiry,
I've said
whoever the hell
more.
this is.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
now we have kind of a time frame. So this would have come in January of
Of 20,
2022.
yeah,
Okay.
January of
So January,
2022.
that's an important month, y'all. 2022.
Mm-hmm.
January is an important month, guys. Okay, I'll come back to that maybe at some point. All
Mm-hmm.
right, had they ever talked about me since well, hang on. Since you know them, this is just not that they've communicated to you directly, but that you've seen on this platform since you know them. You say they're not a content creator. Have you ever seen them talk about me in any comment, any
Hold
form
on for a second.
when you recognize?
Sorry about that.
No. Did you get the question?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? There was some unruly guy. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'd like to know, now that you've said you hadn't heard from public inquiry since January of 2022, and
Mm-hmm.
that you know them because you did some, did you say investigation or background or whatever, how you came to learn who they
I
are?
was curious. Why would they email me? Um, I was very curious. Why would they email me and say somebody's coming after me? Which they didn't lie because it did happen. Okay, I went to war with a few folks. Okay, I already was given the heads up. That's what I perceived the email to be. Okay,
Okay.
sometimes you gotta watch keep your grass cut so you can see these snakes running around here. So
Okay,
I
but
took
they
that with
weren't
a
a
grain of
snake.
salt.
They weren't a snake at that when they first reached out to you and they said nice things and they support you and all of that. And
Yeah,
here they come about a year plus later or more. In January of 2022, you decide that you were going to look into and find out who this person was, correct?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
correct.
so you confirmed that you know who this individual is.
Yeah. And
And
that person specifically asked me, they said, this email is only for you because I wanted you to stay encouraged and I wanted you to keep on with your content. And they asked me specifically, please do not share as I don't want to be content. I'm just a person looking out. I adore your content. I haven't heard from that person since, and it's now 2024.
okay, so let's stay there. You haven't
Mm-hmm.
heard that from that person since. Let me finish out.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever, now that you know who they are, now that they hadn't contacted you, so
Mm-hmm.
the time frame between 2022, this is critical.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you ever seen, heard any form of communication about me in any way, comment, anything from this person that you know?
Absolutely not. The email that you spoke about on your channel, I saw that I was CC'd on it. I never read it. I never got it. So hence, when you said yesterday, check your spam. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm not getting ready to dig to 2, 3 years of emails. Some of the emails probably just disappeared. You know, the storage can't hold but so much. And that's just what it is. I don't know exactly what you want me to give you, but I have to give you exactly what I know, Teddy.
Okay.
And
I'm not I'm
I
not
can't fix it. I don't know. I'm only telling you that I got
yeah.
a letter of encouragement from
Okay.
somebody named
Okay.
Proton, and I
And
ain't
you
heard
got
from
a
him since.
letter and you got a letter in January you were telling me that had
Hmm.
4 CCs and I was one of the CCs with a message of people coming after you. Whether or not
Right.
they said it was me, it's kind of not clear. But what I'm after is it would just take, yeah, you answered it like that.
Hmm.
All I
Hmm.
wanted to know about me, not about the OKP letter. That no. What I want to know is have you seen any type of communication? You said you recognize how they speak, how they talk, not necessarily audibly, but how they write, what, you can recognize. Have you seen anyone on this platform, whether it's a subscriber, anyone that you would recognize and think is that public inquiry say anything about me, or let's throw anything about the subject matter that I've been talking about, Daniel Elizabeth Allen, as it would relate to Daniel Robertson? Have you seen anything like that?
I haven't seen it, and if I was sent it, it went exactly where it belonged. Unknown emails. It's spam, and it is what it is. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Um,
So no, I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. I do remember this particular email. It was like 4 or 5 CDs. I could have sworn
oh,
Teddy is on there. You were
okay.
on there. Yeah.
Okay, somebody wants to ask a question. Another person.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm looking at my email. They want to know, has that person ever appeared in other content creators' platforms?
I haven't seen that person since we had a correspondent back in 2022. I thanked them, acknowledged them, because basically it was like a heads up. And 6 months later, that email was true because they said Pacific ones was coming after me, and they never lied.
Okay,
They never lied.
have you ever seen that person in anybody's, how they're asking this, appear in any other content creator's platform between, you said since 2022. How
Mm-hmm.
about before 2022? When you first became aware and you know who this person is,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever seen or has this person ever appeared in any other content creators' platforms?
I've never seen, because honestly, I wasn't even searching. Now, if I saw the name Public Enemy, I mean Inquiry, uh, I'm sure I would recognize it, but I have not. I have not.
So you've only recognized or seen through their email. So
That's
they're
it.
from their email, from that one or two emails. How many did you receive from them? Two?
I received an original email, like I said, back in 2021. That's what
Mhm.
I received. Then the email you were speaking on, which I got offended by when you were over to calling my name and you were insinuating what the CCs know and this, that. And I simply was trying to tell you, I didn't get it. And then you said last night, check your spam.
Okay.
I don't have time to, I
I
barely
I
have
I I
time
get
to,
that. But
yeah, I
is that
barely
a
have
third?
time
Okay,
for
you didn't
myself.
receive that one. You didn't receive
No.
that. We've established that.
Yeah.
But those that you know of, that you've communicated with, this public inquiry,
Hmm.
you said you responded to them.
I sure
So,
did. I
okay,
responded to them. I thanked them.
yeah.
Basically, I said, acknowledge, thank you. They were giving me a hit. You got two CCs. If you give them any clout, they're coming after you. And that's exactly what the email stated. As a matter of fact, I will post it on my community wall because that's the only thing that I received. And you clearly would see me say, acknowledge, thank you, and went on with my life.
Okay.
That's it.
So I'm just okay, just trying to establish. So, did you receive more than 2 emails from them?
I received that original email. The email that you showed on your channel where people would
No.
CC, I never received that.
Okay, so I'm listen carefully. Did you receive, now I'm not talking about the ones that you didn't receive. Did you receive more than the 2 emails from this now known person, public inquiry?
Absolutely not. Just what I stated. That one, an official email. That's all I received. They were
So,
thanking me for
okay.
my content. They said they support me. I ain't seen them since. Hey, it is what it is.
Okay, so you've received 2, is that correct? That you know of, 2.
I
That
received, well, their Pacific email coming to encourage me. And then when I saw your video, you had a list of names up there, and I guess you were reading off other stuff. I have no knowledge of that.
I
That's what I'm
understand
saying.
that. Okay, so Imma
So
try
that's two. That's
I'm
two. The one you put on your wall and the one I'm telling you that the correspondence back in 2022 was to simply encourage me.
okay,
Okay.
I'm confused. So now we've got a
I'm not
20.
confused. It's
No,
really,
I didn't say you were confused. I just wanna
mhm,
clarify. I wanna clarify. There was you just you re I'm just gonna tell you what I think right now. You received an initial email from them in 2021. You also received
2022,
you
2022,
you
January of
also
2022.
okay, I'm getting there. And
Hmm.
also and also you received an email from this person whom you know as public inquiry in January of 2022. Is that correct?
I received that email in January 2022 of them encouraging me that somebody was coming after me, two Pacific CCs. Mind you, this is their own opinion. They dropped in my DM. I
Was
mean, my email.
what?
I
Okay,
acknowledged
I
that
okay.
and I kept it moving.
Okay, so then now okay, I'm just gonna ask numbers. Did you receive 1 or 2 emails from this individual? You've
They sent
mentioned
me they sent me the original email. Now, what you showed the other
what
day on your
no,
channel,
I don't wanna get into what, that I understand the other day. So, I want to know the ones that you acknowledged and you said you responded.
Right?
You
That
received
one email.
okay, hear me out. You re Did you receive, this is a yes or no. Let me ask it this way. Did
Okay,
you
break the whole email that you're talking about because
Okay,
now I'm
I'm
getting
I'm gonna I'm
confused.
gonna I'm gonna let's see if we can laser in. Did you receive an email in the year of 2021 from public inquiry that you opened?
I received an email, Teddy, once again in 2022.
We're gonna go back to 2021. That's not answering the question.
Okay, so
That's a
why are we
yes or
going back
no.
to 2021? Is there an email that I should have received?
You told me, you mentioned 2021. I'm
I
gonna
might have
ask
got
my
the dates wrong. I'm specifically talking about January of 2022 when that Proton person says, "Hey, I enjoy both your channels. Like I said before, uh, continue with
there's
your
one
content."
email.
What
There's
people Teddy, I'm not understanding it, and I think you're
Okay.
confused right now. I can't tell you an email that I received when I didn't receive it.
I
This is
get
what I'm
that.
trying to
I
say.
get that. I'm not trying to make you receive something you didn't. I'm
Right.
just
I'm speaking on the email that they came through and said, "We watch your video. I watch your videos." And I say, "Hey, I watch yours as well." Okay. That was the conversation.
got it.
They were like,
So got it. So can I
"Mhm,
just please ask it one more time? Try or state it. So there's only one email that you've ever received and acknowledged from public inquiry.
that part." That's absolutely what I'm saying.
And that occurred in the year of 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I heard 2021 is why it might seem confusing. It's
Well,
on the
2021 is when I went through some mess, like I stated earlier, with a certain CC around here. I was going through my own little war and this, that, and the third from some things that transpired. So I apologize if you're getting mixed up. I'm strictly speaking on what you posted, and I'm telling you, I didn't receive that. I did receive in January of
Oh,
2022
did
from a
what?
public
Oh,
Proton email
okay.
saying that they respect my content. They thought it was funny. They sent me a link to my own video that they said they watched. And I said, acknowledge, thank you. That's as far as it went. I haven't spoken to that person since. And it is what it is. Now, because you brought a lot of this stuff up in the last day or
Okay.
two,
Okay.
everything can be tracked. So I did track that. Even though that Proton person was very respectful, I think I had a right to know who it was. I really do. Now, in that Pacific email, they asked me, they were like, "Well, please don't make this into content. This was just just my thing because I saw two Pacific CCs coming after you. Do not respond to them because they're trying to build their channel." This is what they told me.
Didn't you
Eh,
just say that? Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa. Didn't you just say I saw two specific content creators coming after you?
No, I
You.
said that
You.
original email, Teddy. They were warning me about two CCs that was coming after me, which they absolutely did.
Okay, that's
Okay.
what I'm just
They
concurring.
absolutely came after me for whatever reason. I've done nothing to nobody. Okay. We can agree to disagree. I have helped a lot of people.
Okay.
Okay. People, I've fallen out with some people. Listen, because I'm nobody's doorstep. I rather if you can't rock with each other, just stay on your side and I'm gonna stay on my side. But they felt the need to say, listen, these people are coming after you, these two Pacific people, and I'm not gonna regurgitate that because
Okay.
one of them
So
is
maybe
going
they
into
just
litigation.
included me. They included me on the CC for
I
some
did
reason.
see you in that Pacific email. However, that email didn't mention a thing about you, Teddy. Not one thing. They were concerned about me and the way I'm running around responding to people.
Okay. Okay. So now my understand so there was this public inquiry person in they've never said anything a- about me. Is that correct?
I have absolutely saw none of that. Only thing I see is absolutely what's on the internet. If I watch you in the bushes, I see what you're going through or what you're saying and this that. Though the pronto public email person, whoever they are, they never mention a thing about Teddy. Absolutely
Okay, so
nothing.
Freebird Lee says maybe they can sum it up. The one email contained the encouragement and a warning about two content creators.
She
So,
got it. She got it. She absolutely got it. Now, hence, I get all kinds of emails. Oh, don't rock with so and so. But see, I get to know people for themselves. I don't go off. See, if I base myself around what everybody say and they narrative, that means I can't think for myself. So I give everybody the opportunity to get to know me. I get to know you. That's it. Sometimes it don't work out, and hey, it's no love lost. I have dismissed a couple of folks because they just not going to be no energy vampire in my life. So, you know, basically
yeah.
that's what I was saying.
Okay, so then it must have been at some point when I said, "Oh, they've talked you mentioning me in an email. This is new." So that's why I would have hit a hard stop to find out, what was said or why. I mean, it's about me.
They
So
might
now,
have, but they have absolutely went to spam. Hence, I didn't get it in
yeah, I get that.
2023,
Okay.
2024, whatever they sent. See,
Okay.
there's a lot of people that I specifically sent to spam because I don't open emails that I'm not expecting or I don't know where it came from. You know what I'm saying? I've
Right.
always been cautious about that because you got phishing malwires and people will throw a virus on something as soon as you open it. You aware of that. So I'm very strategic in who I answer to and respond to. Okay. So that person, strictly as far as I'm concerned, gave me a level of encouragement, and I ain't never heard from them since. So I got to digging. I sure did. In light of this new email that you posted on your channel, the CC's been. What do they know, and why were they CC? Anybody can put my name in an email. Doesn't mean that I'm opening. Doesn't mean I'm joining a cause. It doesn't mean I specifically opened that email because the gist of it in the subject matter, I'm just trying to encourage you. So when I opened it up, had a conversation, they were like, certain people, they named certain people that I actually had beefs with. They were like, well, this why this one is doing this because they're looking for content. They're trying to build their channel. So I said, I said, acknowledged and thank you. And haven't heard from the person since. Hence to when you went live and you pulled that receipt over there with King Payne or whoever sent it to you. And lo and behold, when you called my name, oh, dear Yvette 759 got it. No, ma'am, I didn't receive it. I didn't.
Okay. Um, let me show people something. Then you missed a lot from them.
Absolutely. Because I felt like once I got that encouragement from them, they would go to spam because of the fact of the matter is they say they support me. I hadn't seen them. See what I'm saying? So why am I going to keep opening up emails? For what? They're not a friend of mine. They dropped in my email to give me a word of encouragement. I appreciate everybody's advice, but it doesn't mean that I'm finna go, hey, make sure you CC on me on everything. No, that's not what I do. I really don't know how else to explain it, Teddy,
I
but I
get it.
just I felt like you specifically were calling out the people that were in the email. You were asking the question of what did they know, and this, that, and the third. And I did a little analyzing myself, and I'm like,
Take a look at this. This is from
hold
June
on.
17th, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
You're included on that email.
I
Here
didn't
is
get
that.
it. Is there a response? I didn't get it. If there's no response, they must have went to email. They went to
So, okay,
spam.
so this is what I'm going to ask you. Okay, fine. You didn't receive it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, went to spam. You said you can recognize by this is one of the ways that you came to your conclusion about them. You can recognize, wait a minute, the way they talk in these letters. Is that correct?
Well, the specific letter that was sent to me, and what is this email right here dated for? What's the date on this?
June the 17th. This was last year. The first email came in March 11th of last year, and lots of emails came from public inquiry, which included you in the chain. So this is why I'm like, oh, okay. So you didn't know about this one. They were
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
so the way that this person. So now I need to. Did you? Uh, when did you determine who this person was? Was it in
Well, when upon you showing those receipts the other day, and upon you, I felt like you were insinuating that a lot of the people that were CC'd on this email was in the
okay,
know, and I simply was telling you, I don't know. I don't
okay,
know.
okay,
Now,
cool.
what piqued my interest, and because this Proton public inquiry email asked me to please not share this for content. They don't want to be identified. But I did my own search. Okay. I did
So
my
you
own
did
search.
your
It's
own
very
search. You gotta
simple.
isolate. So
Huh?
since I posted that, you've learned only in the last few days who
Mm-hmm.
this person. I so you
Mm-hmm.
didn't know who this person was until recently in the last week?
Yeah, the last 3, 4 days. I moved very quick
Okay,
because
so you there was enough information that you could sort it out who this public inquiry and know who this person
this
is?
person said they watch me, they support me, they gave me advice. Okay. So it just finally piqued my interest, let alone with the assumptions of that particular email that you showed. So I said, oh, everything will be traced. Let me go see who this is. Do I have a problem with that person? Absolutely not. They asked me to please leave them anonymous, and that's what I'm going to do. That's my choice, Teddy.
Okay, I didn't say that it was
No, no,
okay.
no, no. I'm just letting you, you know, you got to get to know me a little more, and I have to get to know
Yeah,
you a little more,
how you
you
speak
know.
in
Yeah,
likewise, yes.
yeah, because I
So
can even be classy or ratchet. There's even one. That's what I
okay,
do
I
with
didn't
Judge E.V.
okay,
Court.
okay, I don't mean to cut you off, but so now all along I've been thinking, I think I asked a question. I was trying to get a timeline. When you first, what made you decide to, uh, uh, figure out who this individual is? And now you're telling me it was only last week, and you couple that in, you're looking back.
Matter of fact,
Why?
it was when you dropped that video in 3 days.
So
That's
3
how
days
quick it was
ago.
for me.
So you never thought to look up who this person was, but you've done enough, so you look back at and you looked at how they talked and whatever you have available to you, you were able to take someone who has a Proton email. You were
Mm-hmm.
able to penetrate that wall and you
Mm-hmm.
know who that is.
Absolutely. And I'm standing 10 toes down on that, Ted.
So you can penetrate a Proton email and
Mm-hmm.
determine who they are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Did that surprise you who that person was?
No, because they say they were a supporter. I knew of them. I just haven't seen them since. That's it. And that's the truth. I mean, I don't even know how else you want me to say it or
Well,
whatever.
I'm just all I'm doing is asking questions so I can understand. And I am not
I spoke through email, Guy Papaya. It was through email. Okay. I didn't specifically personally speak to that person. They sent me an email. Okay.
but you know who they are. And you said they're not a content creator when I asked you. They're not
They're not a content creator.
Are they a subscriber of anyone's channel?
I don't know where these people are hanging at. They say they support me. Like I
You
said
said
before, I
you
haven't
said
seen them.
have they ever come to your channel?
They never came to my channel, but they say they watch me.
Okay, so but you know who this person is. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you know who this person is, have you ever thought that they might be someone else behind a different avatar? Now that you know who this person is.
I don't know if they were an avatar or not. I took it as a genuine gesture of them trying to protect me. Like, don't go to war with these two people. With two, like I said, two people that they said, oh, they coming after you. I'm
But
like,
you
oh
know,
yeah,
okay, wait a
let
minute.
them come.
You know who they are. Do you know who they are and why they would communicate in that way to you? Or were they just
I'm
an
gonna say I had
observer?
my resources, Teddy, and I'm not at liberty to sit up
Yeah,
here
I'm not asked
due
did
to
I
my
ask you?
career and due to my
Did I
life.
ask you to do that?
But when
No.
I tell you, and I'm not trying to be funny, on with all due respect, that person, I know exactly who they are because when you put that email up there, it piqued my interest. Like, what's going on? And then the email that you read, it said something. I can't do it verbatim, but you read a
Yeah.
specific email that I didn't get, but you said in that email, I believe it said six something. I didn't even really, you know what it said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm like,
okay.
hey, I've seen that public inquiry before. I said, let me go see who was over here giving me advice and told me two people was coming after me, and they absolutely did. That's what I did.
Okay, so Freebird wants to make a comment, says,
Hmm.
or question, if they're not a content creator, then how would you know who they are or how they move?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I
Because
keep
you said
telling
how they
people,
move.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. I haven't seen that person in either one of my chats. In fact, I haven't seen them. However, you can be
How do you
behind a
know how they
Proton.
move?
The way they moved, they came over there specifically to warn me about two people that I eventually went to war with. That's what they did. Okay? That's exactly what they did. Everything they sent to me in that email said them women were going to come after me, and they absolutely did.
Okay, so that's how you know how they move?
Yeah, I mean, they were running around warning me.
And if they're not a content creator, then how would you know? Oh, in other words, you could just their identity or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if
not
they.
not how they relate to anything else. You just
Right,
simply know who
right.
that person is.
Where the original owner of that account. Yeah,
You know the original owner of the account,
absolutely.
of that email, that Proton. The
Hmm.
original owner, was there ever a different owner?
Yeah.
Oh, so there was a different owner of that.
And let me say something really quick. Free bird. You said, didn't I say you like their videos as well? I sure did. I was just speaking in common. That person, I have never been in their chat. I've never seen them be a CC. That's why I said they're not a CC. Maybe when I said I enjoy your content, they just was saying, oh, okay, I enjoy yours. Who knows? I don't even know why they dropped down. I appreciate them giving me the warning because it did pan out to be true. Those people specifically targeted me, and I appreciate them for that. However, that's as far as it went. Now, with you throwing those emails up there, and my email address was attached to it, I said, well, let me find out who this person is, and I did.
That piqued your interest. That made you do a little bit more digging. And
Mhm.
now that you've learned who they are,
Mhm.
would you put them, if you could, on, do they have an opinion about what is going on in the YouTube streets in the last year?
I
Would they?
have no idea about that because they never expressed that to me. Now, if they were to send me a Proton email today, they would go straight to spam. I don't check spam
Okay.
unless there's a reason. I
Now
really
that
don't.
do you know them in a way that you can ascertain how, okay, so you know them in a way that you ascertain how they move. You
Thank you,
can,
Vicky. No love lost. Everybody has a right to their opinion and their questions. I have nothing to hide.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. We're just having a conversation because it's leading
Right.
to some other things.
Mhm.
Do you know this individual in a way? Because again, they've targeted specifically from the beginning around Daniel Elizabeth Allen. You see this in this letter, it says regarding Daniel Elizabeth Allen. That has
Mhm.
been all of their emails have to do with Daniel Elizabeth Allen and Danny Robertson, is why I'm asking the questions that I'm, kind of asking. Again, I don't even, there's probably questions that would come to me later that I'm not, okay. So you know them in a way. Do you think that they are around?
Let me say this: I hadn't seen them. I hadn't seen them since 2022 when they stated they enjoy my content. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So is there anything in a letter that you would recognize, because you said based on the way their verbiage or whatever would make you think that they might be a person, by looking at their email?
They certainly are a person for them to inbox me and, like I said, to encourage me. Now, I don't think they did
You could
anything
recognize,
malicious.
you could recognize an
That's what I
email.
do. A lot of cases are solved through rhetoric, lingo. I'm sure you're aware of this. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure
Are
you're
you a
aware.
detective?
Huh?
Are you a detective?
No, I'm not a detective. Teddy, I've been in law enforcement over 20 years. And
Okay.
what I'm doing now, because of this presidency, a friend of mine took over as a director for the United States Marshals. Okay. I was in retirement. He begged me. He said, Yvette, I need your assistance. I need your help right now. Um, I get people trained up for a lot of these up and coming police officers and youth. I am a recruiter. Okay. I'm in a supervisory role and I'm a tactical trainer. That's what I do. Right. That's where I am.
Okay, so then it gets back to,
What you typing, Teddy?
I'm putting in something, a comment, so everybody can see it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
'Cause I
try.
can't see the
I'm gonna
comments.
try a couple of things
Okay.
so you can see. I'm not gonna say if this is an email or not. I just want to put up an example so that
Mhm.
we're clear. This is merely, and let me type. This is example only,
Mhm.
so that people know. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me add this as a banner.
No worries.
This is an example. Could you do the same thing? Now, I'm not asking you to do it for me.
Mhm.
You have the ability to look at that email, a Proton, and you could tell me who that person is or where that's originating from.
Well, like I stated before, that person asked me to specifically not use them for content, which means they don't want their name out there. I
No.
never asked
Uh,
anybody to send me
Okay. No, no,
anything.
no, no. What I'm asking,
I haven't identified them for my own self purposes. That's because they sent me an email. When I saw you drop those receipts a couple of days, I'm like, well, what's going on? Okay, Proton been running around here implementing me or whoever else. No, the simple email I got, like I stated before, Teddy, was to encourage me do not respond to them two women. Had I listened, I'd have been good because I already had a thumbs up. However, we all get to respond.
okay, let me try this a different way.
I hear you, Teddy. And unfortunately, you're not going to get the results that you want from me. What you're asking me is, do I know who this person is?
No,
Absolutely,
I'm not.
I
No,
do.
I'm not. That's not what I
Oh,
asked you. That's
okay.
not what I asked you.
Okay, that's what
This,
it
this is
sounded
why
like,
I want to
Teddy.
change it. Okay. That's
Okay,
not what I asked you.
I'm listening.
That's not what I asked you. This is an example only. If someone gave you that, just like you determine public enemy at Proton, however, let's see, they have Proton me. So let's just say the other one had me or whatever. Okay, it was an example. That's all.
Okay.
You could take Deborah 2021 if they had an email at Proton. Proton emails are different.
Oh,
At
I
a
know.
Proton email,
I know.
you could tell me, no, not me. You could determine, I think that's what's getting you. You could determine who that email address belongs to for 100% fact, where it's originating from, who it belongs to, whose account, because you've mentioned account. Is that true?
Absolutely. I mentioned I know who's behind this email address. That's what I'm saying.
So it's that clear to you.
It's very clear to me. Because you got to ask yourself, where did they come from? And how did they know I was getting ready to get into the beefs of my lifetime? Okay. So I thought nothing else of it. I acknowledged it, like I said, and thank you. Hadn't gotten another email. But in these last 2 or 3 days, when I saw that flash up on your screen and this, that, and the third. So let me get to the bottom of this. Because if people are saying I received this and received that, which I didn't, I have a right to know who that person is, what their motive is, and why. Now, let me tell y'all something. Everybody think everything is so secure. Unfortunately, it's just not. It's just not.
Okay, I'm going to make another banner. And I didn't create this one, so I'll just put it up.
So who is Deborah 2021? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just made up a random because
okay.
I thought that that other one was throwing you. Okay, so this I just pulled from a Proton Google. You know, you can Google it. I asked about how Proton appears. Okay, address. This one says the original address you signed up with, which usually ends in proton.me or protonmail.com. I didn't put mail, like, for example, Alice Jones at ProtonMe. So now that I know the format, okay, so just to be clear, did I get that right? Let me see if I got that right.
A Dennis Baker, a Proton. I'm watching. I can see what you put up there.
Or Dennis Baker. Let's just take the ampersand. Let me edit it just to be exactly clear. You could take this, Dennis Baker at protonmail.com, and you could tell me what about that.
I'm going to tell you like this. Dennis Baker, if he was to send me an email at protonmail.com, there's ways around finding who's behind that email account. And that's all I'm going to say.
And you know how to do that, and you have access to
Absolutely.
that, and you
Yes,
did that
ma'am.
for this public inquiry, and you know who that individual is.
Yes, because
Would you
I happen to go through my job yesterday to check on a few things, and I saw your video and I saw, whatever. And I said, "Well, damn, let me go figure out who this is." And I absolutely was able to achieve that. That's what I did.
okay, would you say that individual now that I know that? You don't
Mhm.
have to respond. Okay, so they have sent multiple emails, uh, like more than I'll say less than 10, okay, but
Mhm.
more than 6.
Okay.
They've all been related to me and Daniel Elizabeth Allen and Danny Robertson. So their interest in sending out these email blasts to all of these various content creators, okay, is to either highlight, so that they're in the loop, to convince them this is my opinion, that whatever you're hearing about Daniel Elizabeth Allen and Danny Robertson, ignore it. This is because they've sent out multiple blasts about harassment, about this or that, saying that just this or that. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Would you say now that you know who this person is,
Yeah, I absolutely do.
would they have any reason to say anything positive about me?
We didn't discuss you in that email. That
No,
original
I did. No, no,
email
no.
that
I no. I'm looking to
what
just
you're asking
how you
me.
assess them since you know them. Would
Listen, I access them, and let me be clear. I understand where you're going, Teddy, but I'm telling you what it is for me, very respectfully. My thing is when they encouraged me in that
got
email,
it.
I acknowledged it, let it go. I
Got it.
received
In other words, you
nothing.
could say more, you could make an assessment, you know them well enough to have an opinion about that, but you're
Well, let's
withholding.
just say this. They knew me. Okay. They specifically emailed me to give me a warning, first of all. So and so is coming after you. So and so. I never thought that. I acknowledged it. Thank you. Because that's how I am. Let the chips fall where they may. Now, you did pique my interest when you posted that email the other day on your wall. Okay. So I said, let me just go see who this is.
Okay.
And that's what I did. I'm not going to implement myself in no type of crimes, but if it's something dealing with me and pertaining to me, I have every right to see who it is. This person was very respectful. They were very nice. They said, listen, I appreciate you. Don't tell anybody. I'd like to remain, I don't want to be made for content. I took that in consideration as
Okay.
well. Then
All
I
right.
see the email you posted. I'm like, well, I didn't get that. But I was familiar with the public inquiry or whoever they are. I was very familiar, and that sparked my interest.
Okay.
That's all I got. Honestly, if
Okay.
I got something else, I would tell you. And I probably would need to have a conversation with Proton and just tell them keep me off the email. Okay, I got enough drama going on around here.
Okay.
You know, that's just how I feel. Now,
Okay.
granted, I might express myself. I was exhausted. I'm pissed off about this election and things. I told people 3 weeks ago there's going to be some twists and turns, and it was dated 7/1. Okay. I wasn't privy to give the information out on the internet. I was simply warning our people. Okay. The people that rock with me, I told them, I said, guys, some stuff is about to basically go down. It's going to be some twists and turns, and you ain't going to believe how it ends. Hence, I can't say anything after this. Now, 3 weeks later, I can say anything that I want, and I'm going to do that on my channel because this stuff just didn't happen overnight with this presidency. Okay. A lot of this was put in place for weeks. You got people training right now for the stuff that's getting ready to go down. It's going to get ugly because everybody's not happy. you know. So I have to protect myself, and I will. respect somebody who specifically asked me to remain anonymous. Hence, I don't get involved in nobody's stuff. I see it, I hear it. If I can offer you a word, and in my video last night, I said to you specifically, Teddy, I from the days I would party over there and we have a good time. You remember me being over there, Teddy? I mean, we
Yeah.
danced and laughed and this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And after the content changed, I know you're there. It's just it's not conducive to the energy that I'm trying to maintain. You know what I'm saying?
Of
And
course.
no pun intended. And I just personally felt like I don't know if you're aware of this, but you got to understand we perceive it on the outside a little different.
Yeah.
So I heard you say, I'm gonna be calling everybody out. Everybody that didn't say nothing in this. I understand. I
No,
have
I wasn't
sympathy.
talking about anybody that didn't. I'm specific, but go on.
Okay, well, I respect that, but all I heard, you see what I perceived that you saying, oh, I'm gonna be calling out. I remember you saying day and night and this and that. You had several names going down there. So, I watched, I ain't said nothing about it, but I wanted to be clear. I didn't receive that specific email that you posted. And the email that I did send from the public person, it was only to warn me about two Pacific women back then in 2022, which they were on point. They never lied because those specific people that they put in that email created a fake beef with me for no reason. So I thank them in a way for that. Now, have I gotten anything else? Have they called me, emailed me up and said, oh, such and such is this? And no, they didn't do that. I can only go by what I see at this point. And that I don't even know how else to put it. I'm
Okay.
being 100.
You know what? I really appreciate you, uh, you know, being willing to at least, go this far within the conversation. I think at least one thing we've accomplished, we clarified on what was about that email, and the apologies were accepted on both sides, and we've gone a little bit further. A person just sent me an email, wants to ask you this question.
Hmm.
Were you attacked prior to January of 2022?
No, I was attacked right after I got that email, sort of like, I'd say a week or two later. And I'm not bringing this content creator up because her and I, we don't deal with each other. She's still on her side. But I was being disrespected so bad. And I specifically told her, I'm going to find out who you is. Now, granted, I'm going to say this person is in costume. And this is no disrespect to nobody. I never linked up I don't play the doxing shit. I don't, from the things that I had to do. I sent a cease and desist. This person, you can't identify them. But I told that person specifically, I know exactly who you are. And you know how I was able to track that particular person? Even though they are fully masked up. And listen, man, that person don't have no issues, but I'm using an example.
Willie
I
Math.
said,
Okay,
I,
go
s-
on.
I told that person that Proton email sent prior to the people coming after me. I told that person, I already know who you are. I told that person that. And they didn't believe me. They absolutely didn't believe me. They are in full costume. And I told them, I know who you are. Hmm.
Wow, the emails are coming in with question. Wait a minute. Somebody has a question. You can answer it or not.
Hmm.
Um, but I'll ask it in a way maybe so it's not offensive.
No
Um,
worries.
They want, I would put it in this way. Uh,
Hmm.
the individual who has asked you to keep the email, their identity, of course, um, uh, confidential.
Yeah. As a subscriber, they said they didn't want to be in the mess.
As a subscriber,
That's what they told me.
they're a subscriber of you.
They said they watch me, but they say I'm only a subscriber.
Okay, so then they're
Mhm.
one of your subscribers. All right. So did this subscriber of yours who sent you this email and told you to keep it, confidential,
Mhm.
Wow. I just jumped off of there.
No. Take your
Is
time. Take
what
your
is
time.
it? Is somebody? I'm just. I'll try to be softball with this. Is there any? I don't know if I should. Um,
Take your time.
I'm trying to say it in a
Because
way
you
that
probably won't be too happy for my video. I went off over there. I feel like when I'm being
it,
ignored, I take it to trial.
I don't know if you know me. A person can curse me from sun up to sundown. Doesn't matter.
I know you don't give to stuff.
Uh,
You know, I ain't gonna cuss
okay,
on your page.
so
But I
uh,
felt like you were ignoring me, Teddy, and I
okay, I
thought
know.
maybe.
So I
Hey,
see
did
what
you
you're
know
doing. I
I rolled up
appreciate.
in your video when you were doing some Trump coverage that I simply adored because I'm on this election like right on rice
Okay.
because my career could be affected if some things are wiped out. There will be no existence. Can you imagine the Department of Education no longer existed? Who's going to teach our kids? So these are the things, you know what I'm saying, that matters to me. And I'm
Okay.
not trying to be funny. I can only take on but so much.
Mm.
And
Is
because it
someone in?
directly will affect what I
Okay.
got going
All
on,
right. Is
it's
this
it's
some? Okay. I cut
mhm.
you off.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. If I don't, I won't get this question out.
Okay, go
They,
ahead.
they like sent it twice. They want to make sure I get this in.
We got some content around here today.
I bet you do. Um, is there someone in your pockets or that you need to
In
keep?
my pockets?
No, let's see. I'm trying to see how I can add
Okay.
someone you. She wouldn't answer that. I'm just looking at this question. I don't think she'd ask. I don't even know how to ask it.
No, go ahead. I only
Uh,
got 15%
just
on my phone, so try to fire them off as fast
okay.
as you
I'm
can.
I'm gonna ask the person. Can you rephrase your question so if you're talking about if any like is somebody on your payroll or something like that that's slang like yeah, can you reword that question for me? Okay, somebody wants to ask a question.
Hmm.
Ooh, no, that's a different one. Uh,
Your chat off the chain.
it is.
They protect you. You know, your bears got your back. They got your back.
Oh, wow. I don't want to offend you.
No,
And
bring it on because listen, there's
can
nothing
no,
I haven't seen or
can you
heard on
tell?
here.
Can you now know that what I said the other night was not intended to offend you in any way if I'm being like this and
Hmm.
asking, kind of trying to parch these questions in a way that you're not offended because that's not who I am.
Hmm.
June says, okay, oh Lord, email her.
Hey,
Please don't make
Junebird.
Teddy get another cursing out. Uh,
No. This is early morning. I try not to curse till after lunchtime. Oh, wait a minute. It's almost lunchtime. Go ahead.
um, wow, it is. Let's see. Will you just okay, baby Juju? Let me see if this is a question. Will you discuss the new owners of the channel since it was the original owner that asked you not to share? Interesting.
Yeah,
Yes, you
but I
said that
think,
there are multiple
baby,
owners of that channel or that.
no,
Yes,
I never said it was multiple
email,
owners.
email. Yeah,
That
you said
I
I
said
asked you if it was different.
public inquiry is the one that's sending the emails out. Hence, they CC other content creators. That's what I said. Um,
But wasn't there a reference to that same email now belonged to someone different
I'm not sure about that.
than the
Only you got to
original?
I'm not sure about that. Only thing I'm telling you, they came in and gave me some advice and gave me a warning, and it panned out to be true because I had two CCs come after me. Right after they dropped that email, it happened about 2 weeks later. And they encouraged me, oh, don't respond, don't give them no clap back. And they trying to be, they got I think they said they had like 60 subscribers, if I can remember, and they were trying to build off some drama. I said acknowledged and thank you. That was it.
Okay, so let me see if I've thrown up old school. Maybe she's saying this question that this emailer, she says that's the first people, what people think is, if someone is someone getting paid, is that what the email is about? And oh, so you're asking me. Uh I guess in your pockets, and is someone, how about this? Boom. Is someone paying you to keep this confident?
Nobody's absolutely did any type of payola, none of that, because I don't operate like that.
Okay.
Nobody's paid me to do nothing. I work for nobody on this YouTube. Even though people go through their drives, I am the type of CC that if the content is something I like to comment on or something, I don't go by what's going on between people personal issues. I go over there and I support, and that's about it. That's the truth.
Okay, but you mentioned this person is masked up.
Yeah, that me and that CC has a particular cease and desist on each other. Okay,
Now I'm
she
talking about
doesn't
the
mention.
one that the public enemy, public inquiry. This
Okay,
content creator you said is masked up.
no, no, no. I said when public inquiry told me that two Pacific CCs was coming after me, which it
Okay.
was the truth because they did come after me. I
Oh,
said
okay.
one of them that you can't see their identity because they wore a mask. That's what
Oh,
I
okay.
was saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
They
I wanted
told
to
me.
yeah,
So
because
what I
somebody is
did,
sending an email and I just, they
yeah.
just made it as a statement, so I mention it. So so now emailer, that person who was
hmm
coming after her is
hmm
masked up.
Yeah, they told me that specifically. 2 weeks later, boom, they did come after me. And I said, from the things that were said and done, I said, let me send a cease and desist. To this day, they still think it's fake. No, it's still in full effect. I told that person, I know who you are. I told that person. I never doxed that person with no gang and went around and shared it. I didn't do that because that's not how I move. But I specifically told that person, I know exactly who you are. Now, I'm not going to tell you how I was able to find out because it's very simple. See, we all have voice, speech patterns. We all have a lot of uniqueness about us. Okay. Even
Mm.
the way we talk sometimes. That specific person, I found that person in 48 hours. 48 hours. They want you to believe I went and doxed them. No, 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 no. You came after me, and I specifically told you that I'm going to unmask you. And that's exactly what I did. hmm And to this day, I ain't got nothing against that CC because I already was given a heads up that you were coming after me. So I got in front of the game, identified that person, and immediately sent a cease and desist.
Oh, so this is one of the people that were coming after you. You unmasked them,
hmm hmm
okay.
hmm
And uh
Yeah.
was it the person who was wearing the mask?
The person that that wore the mask absolutely did. Now that's her thing. I respect that. Everybody got their different uniqueness. Now it became a problem when somebody felt like they just was gonna say anything to disrespect me and my brand. I didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So in order to get the legal things rolling, I did what I was supposed to do. Identify that person, and I proceeded to send them what they needed to be sent.
Well, I will just say you absolutely have access more than I would as a lay person, but you're not a lay person in that profession. I'll just say that.
Absolutely. However, all have resources if we tap into them. Okay. You have great friends, some people that really respect you, and they will go to the back for you. Okay. I'm not saying I'm Columbo out this joint, but if I'm going to take somebody legal, I'm going to absolutely need all the information I can get. I got 7%, y'all. If I have to, I'm driving. I'm a little ways home,
Okay.
so maybe we
Ah,
can come back later if you like.
okay.
But just in case it
Mhm.
just clicks off, I'm at
Yeah.
6%, and I left my charge in the house rushing. Y'all know how the DMV is. You got the renew
Okay.
pass. The line is off the chain, and I'm just Whew, I finally got with my stickers on both of my vehicles, so
Okay,
I'm
I got
okay.
it. I appreciate that you're
Yeah.
giving me the time if you happen to drop off. I'm glad for at least one thing. We talked, we got some clarification. You know, I know there's some other things that have come up that people
Hmm.
are gonna be curious about,
Hmm.
and,
And they can feel free to shoot. Have them ready. If you say come back, I can answer a few things. I encourage you to listen to my video because I felt that, Teddy, because you were ignoring my email, I also came to the conclusion of a lot of things. Now, I've been watching a lot of things. I don't speak on a lot of things. And I know that you're saying that you've been violated and some egregious things, your license at stake. And my question to you was, you have a hell of a support behind you, and are you doing the steps to take it legal? That's all I was asking, because otherwise it's just content for me. You know what I'm saying? And then I
I
have to pick and choose what I want to take in. I didn't come here to fight everybody's battles. I just can't. Now, because you have a disagreement with a certain person doesn't mean I do. I let everybody do them because they might not like what I be over there yelling and cussing. And everybody has a right to their own opinion.
where you
I'm
live.
more.
Okay,
Hmm.
where you live, I don't need to know.
Hmm.
In your
Hmm.
state, is it against the law that you know in your state to create dark web pornography?
That is a federal offense.
Oh,
Um, yeah, that's a federal crime. I've seen people locked up 10 years to life for foolishness like that. That is something that's absolutely not tolerated. Um,
okay. Is it
Malicious intent, but it's a
mhm.
difference in having all your facts, making sure you're notifying the proper authorities, and be true and thorough with who you're going to bring charges against.
Okay, in
That's
your
yeah, that
okay.
helps.
Okay, I
Yeah.
know you're on 7, so I'm
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
your
but I'll
state,
come back. I'm off today, thank God, and tomorrow.
in your state, is it against the law to falsify information on a PPO and or release that information that's in your state?
Absolutely. In fact, we got about, let's see, you would be surprised. We got a couple of the Maryland Miss Mosley. She then went over there and got some free PP loans, and then went over there and lied during the
Not
COVID.
talking about a
And,
PPP loan. I'm talking about a PPO, personal
oh, a
protection
protective
order.
order. Okay, run that past me again. I thought you was talking about the
Is it
PPO.
unlawful in your state to she dropped out? Okay, so we lost her. Uh, I think I did say that I appreciated her coming and sharing with us. Wow, this is Messy Mocha. Black Tea, Kamala Harris gets the nod and sowing discord. There was a lot talked about um, after we talked about the news. It'll be a lot to digest. It'll be a lot to review. Uh, yeah, the weekend. This is one for the books. Um, I appreciate uh, dear Yvette who stopped by to get it off her, to clarify. I think we did that. We did that. And I acknowledged if she was offended that I didn't respond to her in a timely way that she had expected. She felt ignored. No one wants to feel ignored. Okay. So I acknowledged that. And then we took it a step further. So I appreciate that she stopped by, that she was willing to, you know, drop down in the chat. You see, I didn't ignore her there. I acknowledged her and I brought her up. And I think that opened up other possibilities and insight. Okay. I don't care what people are saying about me. I take my time, okay, when I ask questions. I do so in a way that I get clarification, okay? I'm also reading and looking and thinking. I try to do the best that I can. the best that I can with the information that I have. I know that I'm being transparent, but I do deal with precision and conciseness, dates, people who, when you're speaking definitively. So if I'm asking a question to isolate, it's because I don't want to get it wrong. Okay? I don't want to come away with a misunderstanding and a missaid, because that does none of us any good. Because we already know that there are people right now who have listened to this, broadcast, who are ready to pounce on it and spin as you may. But between dear Yvette and myself on Wine with Teddy, I don't think, walk away as an enemy, as having a beef. So for that, she accomplished, I think, what she set out to. She spoke her truth. I, in return, took away something of value. That's what we did. Okay. I haven't listened to her video. I think she was preparing me multiple times for what may come. Okay. Understand, dear Yvette, that was then. We've talked about it. I had no knowledge. I haven't listened. That's it. Do I even need to listen? I don't know. Sometimes people say things that can be in the moment, and they might say things that are very, very hurtful. A lot of people have said things to hurt. She felt a certain way. We all express our, concerns, emotions, or whatever. Some people come to the mic and they say lots of things. I have said some things, okay? She said it on her channel. That's her channel. I say things on my channel. I always ask for that, don't I? I say every content creator, I can't tell them what to say or do. All I can do is clarify if I get a chance. And if there's an opportunity to make it right, then I try. That's it. It's 12:55. I think we've had a good messy mocha. I'm going to check my email one more time. I'll thank dear Yvette for coming by again. Thank you. All right. You are welcome back. Okay. She got acknowledgement, and that's all what people want. They want to be heard. They want to be acknowledged. And I hope I did that.
나연이 내게 보낸 reels 하나 둘씩 클릭해보는 너의 생각들 yeah. Look at me baby you and me 하루 종일 혼자라도 not only lonely How close to me baby just like a dream yeah. 따뜻한 너의 품 고개 들어 이렇게 눈 맞추면 You make me go crazy all the little things you do You're my teddy bear 많은 사람과 내게 쳐도 좋아 You're my teddy bear 그대로 너의 품 나는 보는 너의 눈 The sweetest 빨간 나에게 어디가 그렇게 좋냐고 물어보면 난 이렇게 대답할래 내게 10번의 기회가 있다 두 번 아니 세 번 뜰 때까지 너의 곁에 Come close to me baby just like a dream yeah 이런 남자면 I wanna know everything about you 살짝 놀래 내게 입 맞추면 You make me go crazy all the little things you do You're my teddy bear teddy bear 나는 사랑과 되게 좋아 You're my teddy bear teddy bear 뜨거운 너의 품 나는 원해 너의 눈 The sweetest It might be too early to say But I found the love of my life 너도 나와 같은 맘인걸 The way you make me feel is gonna change the way I used to be 잊혀질 환상일까 두려워하는 나의 손을 잡아줄 거란 뜻을 알아 Baby take my hand You're my teddy bear teddy bear 나는 사랑과 내게 줘도 좋아 You're my teddy bear teddy bear 뜨거운 너의 품 나는 원해 너의 눈 The sweet You're my teddy bear my teddy bear 이대로 시간이 멈춘데도 좋아 You're my teddy bear my teddy bear 뜨거운 너의 품 나만 원해 너의 눈 너의 품 나는 원해 너의 눈 The sweet You're my teddy bear 이대로 시간이 멈춘데도 좋아 You're my teddy bear 뜨거운 너의 품 나만 원해 너의 눈